Well, the backup men came and it was looking really a lot like science fiction. We were standing there, Brian and I, after not seeing hardly any humans for 5 weeks, except for once every 8 or 10 days when we were in a town to pick up more food and get up the next mountain, or hitchhike to the next mountain as well. And these four guys come in their two cars that are dark green, and they've got suits on that are all the same so that they look like some bad movie. And this is reality. This is real reality. And I even think they had dark sunglasses on, which makes it even more insane. But they stood there. They came up to us. So the big policeman on his horse, he might have got down off the horse when the four policemen came. And he kept fondling his stick as well, which was really getting me very angry with his... He was just a stupid moron. There's no way he should have been a figure of authority, because it just makes authority look like idiots, which most of them are, but let's not get into that. Let's get into the fact that here we were, standing in front of this idiot, who was a policeman as well, a Royal Mounted Police idiot, and the other four guys did not say one word. They stood there with their sunglasses on, looking at us, looking at him, and he explained how we had just come off the mountains, and we didn't have any identification, and we might have been when we had been there all day, and he couldn't figure out that we weren't doing anything but stealing car radios. And his story sounded pretty ridiculous. I mean, who cares what we were doing as long as, I mean, we didn't have any car radios on us. We were standing there with nothing. But anyhow, the four guys were standing there listening to his story, sounding completely and utterly ridiculous. And then Ike walks up looking like he's just about to go to the office, all shaved and looking very fine, and he says, what's going on? And the four policemen, the four silent policemen, look at him, and then they look back at the policeman, and then the police horseman, and he says, these two guys say that they're here to meet some friend from Ontario that they talked to 2 months ago. And he said, yeah, well, so what? And the four policemen, they still said nothing. They turned around without saying anything more, not making any kind of signs, and walked straight to their police cars and drove away. And the horseman, the Royal Police idiot, stood there and tried to tell us about respect for authority, and he was still talking about respect for authority, which I still don't have any of, and that certainly didn't help me any. I mean, I have friends who are policemen, and I mean, it's not that I don't like any of them, but that was our encounter with a complete and utter idiot, and it felt so good to tell him how stupid he was, very subtly, of course. He accused me of being an intellect, which I thought was kind of a funny insult, but there it was. And we, but I mean, if Ike hadn't have shown up, maybe our story would have ended a little bit differently, but Ike showed up, and then we went and sat around for a while, and then we went into Chinatown and had some really excellent Chinese food.